This is gonna be the worst intro ever. Okay, hi guys. Welcome to EBINOTTIBEAUTY, and today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys how I got this look right here. It's a really fun look. I wanted to do something blue and yellow. I know I'm going to play around with blue and yellow a lot more, like spotlight style. I have this kind of like spotlight blue and yellow idea, but I wanted to do something just quick and fun and colorful. I am going to work right now, so yeah. Didn't have that much time, because if you know blending eyeshadows and making them look perfect, like, that takes time, right? I only had so much time. So I just wanted to do something fun with a little pop of color in the inner corner. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's going to be just a simple, quick one, but I did a full tutorial for you guys, so I'm going to show you skin. I'm really happy with the skin products that I'm using right now to create my base. So that's a huge thing, I think, for a lot of people, is they really want their skin to look good in real life. So if that's a thing for you, know that that is so, I get it. That's so important to me. It's so much easier to make these looks look good on camera. I swear to you, get a ring light and you will see. And I think people should have ring lights. Like, if you like taking selfies and stuff, I think you should have good lighting at your fingertips to just grab a ring light, turn it on, and take a good photo, because it'll give you so much confidence, you know, lighting your features properly so that you can see what other people see in good lighting. Worth it. Worth it, my dear, worth it. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and let you guys get into this tutorial, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel, please. Thank you. Like the video if you could, if you liked it, obviously. Give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out as well. And I hope you guys like this one. Oh, EBINOTTIBEAUTY on Instagram as well. Don't forget to follow EBINOTTIBEAUTY on Instagram. I do a lot more day-to-day content out there. I do have a new schedule for you guys that I'm so excited about. Did you enjoy Friday's episode 1 of Accident, Suicide, or Something Shady? I have been sitting on that idea for quite some time, but it really came to fruition because I fell down the Bailey Sarian rabbit hole recently. Like, I fell down it. Like, I haven't come out yet. Like, it's all I watch. I'm getting close to watching everything she's posted in the last year. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, I fell down that rabbit hole and it really got me inspired to do makeup and a little something extra. So I'm going to keep these tutorials going. They're great, easy, chunky content to just kind of absorb. And I can use this content to post it everywhere, like Instagram and stuff like that. Whereas the new series, Accident, Suicide, or Something Shady, that one obviously is going to be YouTube only, probably on the website when the website goes up, but right now it's just YouTube content. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not into that and you're just into the makeup, that's cool too. You can feel free to let me know, just so I know kind of like where you guys are at, what you're liking, what you're vibing with. I'm going to stick to the series because it's something that I really spend a lot of time thinking about in my life, something that not entertains me, but takes up a lot of my what would be entertainment time. Is like, instead of just watching something fun, I'm like, I want to watch something interesting. I want to watch something that, you know, is about a subject that I find interesting, and celebrity deaths, because we all know these people. We love their music, their movies, their books, their, you know, what they've done in the world, their accomplishments. You know, that makes it close to home. In that sense, they come into your home, they come into your life. You take that music with you for the rest of your life. Amy Winehouse was one that I was not willing to accept. You know, it was just like, no, she cannot be gone. This cannot be over. And I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling. So if you love digging out the truth and questioning the official stories, then you're gonna love the series Accident, Suicide, or Something Shady. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, for checking out the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Okay guys, so let's get into it. Starting with primer today. I love this primer. This is new to my collection and it has been just lovely. This is the Wet n Wild primer. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild foundation today too, so I love the combo of them together. Just pressing this in all over the face, getting a nice even base to get us started. Primer's a big step. Don't skip it. I'm going to use 2 different foundations from Wet n Wild today, like 2 different shades, because the darker one that you see on the outside's a little too dark for me, and then the lighter one on the inside's a little too light. So I'm just mixing them together. I like to keep a couple different shades in my collection because, you know, winter to summer, summer to winter. I don't know if I'm going to be self-tanning yet, like that kind of thing, like when I'm shopping, right? So just pressing this in with a beauty blender. And then going into concealer, once we've got that all nice and blended and pressed into the face, this concealer is a ride or die for me. So the Age Rewind, if you've got dark circles, I highly recommend this concealer. Putting it in all the usual places and then highlighting around the mouth. I like to make sure to do that, especially if I'm going to be wearing something other than just lip gloss, like a lip, like I am today. And just blending that in under the eyes. Taking the time to blend your products in is a really big part of having a great base, and making your skin just look flawless. So cream contouring with the Wet n Wild contour sticks. No surprise if you've been watching my videos for a while, this is pretty much the only cream contourer that I fuck with, at least right now. So just putting this, I'm going to contour the nose, the forehead, the cheekbones, the chin, the jawline, just a little bit. Nothing crazy. You really want to make sure you blend in your jawline contour though, because that's one part that can just make you look crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want a mask or anything like that with your foundation, and you don't want some crazy jawline contour. So make sure you really take the time to blend. That's the biggest thing, right? Pressing this in all over the forehead. As I blend out the nose contour, I'm going to show you guys how I drag that across the eyelid and through the crease just to make it look more natural, like between the eyes here. I'm taking that up and then across to the temple. Just having a quick look at everything, make sure it looks good. We're going to add a second layer of concealer today. This is a highlighting concealer, which I love so much. It has a beautiful luminosity to it from SHEGLAM, and you can get SHEGLAM products on Shein. If you're not familiar with Shein, I highly recommend you check it out. They have some really great affordable products. Using a little bit less concealer than we did in the last one, just blending that all out before we go in with our baking powder. Another SHEGLAM product that I am loving so much is this light pink baking powder. It came with a little poof, and I'm going to use that to set today. I like the way that when you bend this, you get nice straight lines, so it really helps you with your nose and jaw contours. Like, you see how I brought that up the side of the nose? That's a really great way to contour your nose without having to do a lot of work. Just let your tool chisel for you. Do you know what I mean? Look how nice and straight that line is. It's a lot harder to do with a brush than it is to do with something that gives you the straight line. And then because we don't want harsh lines and we have to set the rest of our face where we did that cream contour, I'm going in with a more natural color instead of a highlighting color and slowly starting to press and blend that into the face. No dragging, no rubbing until things start to set, and then we buff it in like you see now. Really take the time to buff in your foundation as well, and set everything together. So this is the pressing together stage. Going in with bronzer today, the Milani bronzer. Are you surprised? No, neither am I, because this has been my ride or die since I put down the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. Highly recommend this product. It is very affordable. It's beautiful. The color tones are so gorgeous. And just, I'm gonna bronze quite a bit today. That step right there when I do my neck is the reason that I have splotches on my neck. Sometimes they do go away pretty quickly, but I have really sensitive skin, so I go pink pretty quick. So if you have that same problem too, as long as it goes away within like the hour, you know, then it is what it is. That's my little tip to blending out the nose contour there. I just like kind of flick it back and forth and it comes out natural and beautiful, and I like it. Milani blush, no, I was gonna say bronzer. Milani blush today. This is number 6 Tea Rose. No, number 8 Tea Rose. It's a really natural tone if you're anywhere near my skin tone range. It's a really beautiful tone. It looks great. Bringing it down just a little bit into the hollows there. Again, I'm gonna do a contour. I'm gonna do a tutorial on my blush routines for you guys, just so you can see a little bit more about how I work with the cheek and the blush depending on what eye look I'm doing. Highlighter, what can we say about highlighter? Make sure you blend it. Please make sure you blend it. Like, really take the time to blend it. You don't want your cheek looking like metallic and stuff in real life if someone's like standing beside you, you know? That's a big thing for me, is how my makeup looks in real life. So highlighting the nose, the lip, the cheeks, you know? Skin's looking great. So that's the base. We're going to go into eyes now. James Charles and Morphe did a palette a year or two ago, and I am still obsessed with it. So we're going to start off with a gorgeous blue shade. I know I'm doing blue and yellow today. But before we do that, because we did our skin, we're going to put a bunch of setting powder under the eyes to catch any fallout that we have from these dark and bright shades. Pause for nose picking, okay? If you've already done your skin, right, you need Q-tips. You can't just like go all up in there with your big ass finger and try and clean your nose, you know? So if your nose is about to drip or something, that's how you do that. I'm going to take a packing brush, so a dense shading brush, and just pack this all over the lid, keeping it really tight to the lid, and then slowly blending it into the crease with this same brush. So just softening up the edges. We don't want this color to stick anywhere, so we're going to just slightly do circles around those edges and blend it out just a touch. Going into this brush, which is a flat blending brush, we're going to do the same thing and just blend it to make sure, again, that nothing is patchy, everything is smooth. We're definitely going to pack this color on a couple more times after we blend it all out, but starting off, we want it nice and soft, layer by layer, and just building it up. Bringing it under the eye to create those outer wing shapes. Make sure we keep that nice and tight and looking sharp. Again, blending this out just a little bit before we pack more color on. And then when we pack more color on, blending around those edges as well. This time we're not blending out the whole eyelid and everything, just the edge that we just did. So really taking the time to do that, and then finally packing on one more layer of this color, using the flat blending brush this time to really pack it on so we can blend the edges at the same time, making sure everything is the same tone and looking smooth and gorgeous. Once we got that done, we're going to do some blending in the crease up into the brow. So this is just like our bronzer color. If you don't have a color like this, you could easily use the bronzer that you used for the day. Trying not to touch any of that blue eyeshadow that's down on the lid. We really are just going around the edges here to bring a little bit of color and depth to the eye. So this is almost like contouring more than adding a color. You can do one final pack on that shadow if you need to. I feel like I suck so bad at these voiceovers, but we're doing it anyways. And then same thing under the eye. So just bringing pigment back, making sure everything is the color we want it to be. And then we're going to flick away all of that excess powder. I'm using my highlighting brush to flick that away just so it adds a little bit of the highlight. And now we're going to do this pop of color in the inner corner. So starting off with just pressing the color in, because there's so much pigment in these James Charles shadows, you really want to be careful because we flicked away that baking powder already. You can't drop this anywhere. It will stick, it will print, it will look crazy. And that's the eye look. So when everything's all blended and looking awesome and you love the way it's looking, you can finish off your brows, do your mascara, add a winged liner to this. I'm going to show you guys a quick little version of my brow routine. So first I brush everything up and start with the bottom line, getting that nice and straight so that I've got a shape to work with. Making sure to extend the tail or do whatever I'm doing for shaping before I go into the top, and then I just slowly build. Little flicks are the best way to do it as opposed to long lines. So slowly just building up, building up, building up. And that's pretty much my brow routine. I'm gonna go in with a brow gel or brow mascara now. This is the NYX one and I've been loving it lately. It really helps keep my brow hairs in place, like up and out the way I want them to, as opposed to like pointing down or something. What can you say about mascara? You know, everybody's gotta love a ride or die. This is definitely mine. The Maybelline Lash Sensational in Blackest Black, non-waterproof. I really don't like waterproof mascara. It's way too hard to get off. My eyes don't water, my eyelids aren't oily, so it's not necessary for me. So just keep that in mind when it comes to mascara and stuff. If you need some advice on, you know, your mascara always prints or something like that, just let me know and I'll tell you what products I would recommend for that. I simply don't have that problem though, so you'll always see me using the same mascara pretty much. This is a new product for me, the Rimmel Lip Liner, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's absolutely gorgeous. The pigmentation, the creaminess. The only thing is I wish they had more of a color range. I'm using a couple of these NYX samples, the soft matte Lippies, liquid lip, whatever the fuck they're called, and I really like it. The darker color on the outside, the lighter color on the inside, creating a bit of a gradient or a highlighted contoured lip, and just pressing it all together with my finger. And that's it, guys. Bam! These are going by so fast. I gotta head to work, like I said, so I really hope you like this one because it was fun. It was really easy to pull off. I feel like you could grunge it out, smoke it out, add a wing. Lashes obviously would look so bomb on this. You could change up the lip as well. And I saw a version of this eye with green between the yellow and blue. Oh my god, it was so gorgeous. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, EBINOTTIbeauty, for more. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.